Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So happy to have you on this session today. So as I told, there are a lot of people who are still trying to join the session. So hope it is already time, so we can start the session with. So before starting on with the session, I just want to talk regarding what Wembu is. So Wembu are a backup and disaster recovery software vendor in this market, both for small and medium businesses. So we are one of the top leaders in selling this backup and disaster recovery software product in this market for small and medium businesses. Our target has been small and medium businesses, and we have been in this market for more than a decade and a half years of experience. And we have kept our footsteps in 100 plus countries. We also have around 60,000 plus businesses who are using our product till date. And this is a small introduction of Wembu. So even I've told you about our experience in this market field. So this shows our confidence on this market, and the 60,000 plus businesses are one of our flagships. So when I talk about Wembu, the portfolio, what we do is the flagship product of Wembu is the complete Wembu BDR suite, which is an one complete solution, or I could say it as a package which encapsulates many other product features in it. With this Wembu BDR suite, you can take a backup of your virtual environment, that is either your VMware or Hyper-V, and then you can take a backup of your physical environment, that is either a Windows image level backup for your Windows machines, basically your servers and workstations, and then a granular level of backup, that is either a file and application level backup for both your Linux, Macintosh, as well as your Windows environment. So that will be more granular. Apart from that, we do have some cloud-based backups like AWS backup, where you'll take an EC2 instance backup with a cloud-native approach, and then a SaaS-based application backup, which we offer for both Office 365 as well as G Suite. Apart from this, we do have some disaster recovery options where you can have a secondary copy of your data stored either in an offsite location, maybe in your remote office or a branch office if you have any. That will be more of an on-prem. And then we also have a cloud-based one where you can store your secondary copy of your data in Wembu Cloud specifically, which resides in AWS. So this is the overall view of what Wembu BDR Suite is. So now jumping on directly to who the customers who have been using our product, we have NASA, Fujitsu, Kawasaki, the leaders of their own market who are still using our product. I think I have told you about the basic introduction of what Wembu is and how we do things. Now to the webinar topic. This webinar is more concentrating on the backup for your Windows environment, basically the Microsoft Windows environment, either be a Windows servers or the Windows stations. How to protect from. So I'm going to discuss today on the best practices that is more concerned towards the Windows machines backup without any data loss. This is what my webinar is going to be, and I'm going to talk on that basis. And people do apologize for if there is any communication lag or communication break, because we are all working from home and due to this pandemic situation, so there might be some lag in the network or some network traffic that can cause the breakage in my voices. So do bear with me, and for that we'll just send you the recorded copy, or you can even after the session you can just even log into our website where you can check on the product webinar page. You'll have the recorded copy of this webinar completely there in our website. Okay, that obviously within 24 hours we'll be uploading the stuff. So this is what I was trying to say, and yes, now let's dive directly into this webinar. So when I talk about the best practices in protecting your Microsoft Windows machines and from data loss, it is for this day of agenda, I'll be talking about the main considerations that you have to keep in your mind before selecting, that is before you back up your Windows servers or workstations. For that, you should have a concern over your backup solution. That is a third party backup solution which you're going for. So you should have that legacy backup solution option. And what are the requirements will match up with the backup of your Windows servers or workstations. That is a overview that we are going to see over there. After that, I'll be also discussing about how Wembu jumps in and how the limelight of it falls over there to back up your Microsoft Windows, which I'll be giving you an overview on that too. And then the roadmap for the year 2020 will also be discussed in this session. Basically, in that I'll be only explaining you what all the things we'll be having in our based on Windows image-based backup and the image-based backup generally. So I'll be highlighting only on those stuffs. Though we have a big roadmap, I'll be highlighting only on that. And then I also have some live demo to talk on. So I'll just give a live demo with the overall console, only for the backup of Microsoft Windows image backup. Okay. Yes. So that's all from the agenda section today. Now we have the considerations that you should make before backing up your Windows servers or workstations. So what are the considerations that I should have or people should have while taking the Windows backup of your Windows environment? Type of backup that you're going for. For your Windows environment, either it could be a Windows servers or a workstation. What type of backup you're going for? Either you're going to take a complete image level backup of the complete system, or only a granular level of backup where you can instantly grab only the files and folders and even the applications if you are running on your Windows server. So this is what the type you have to decide on. And if you're going to choose for image level backup, the type is going to be the image level backup that you're going to take the complete system, then in that, what type of backup that you have to go for? Either it is going to be the full backup that you're going to take, and is that enough, or something like an incremental backup that you're going to take that depends on the previous that tracks only the changes based on the previous backup that you have made, or you're going for a differential level of backup, or like a synthetic full backup on all those things. Then what will be useful for your environment is where you have to check on the type of backup that is more necessary. So that is what we are going to talk on, what type of backup will be suitable. So basically, when I say when you're taking an image or Windows image level backup, I would suggest for going with an complete image level backup of Windows instead of going for a file and application or a granular level of backup. Though if you take a complete image level backup, you have an option where you can restore only your files and folders specifically. That is that type of backup is always supported. And the other point is, though you selected an image level backup, whether you're going for full backup or incremental backup. Obviously, the initial backup will be in any backup solution. The initial backup will be a complete full backup. After that, how do you going to change it? So either you're going for an incremental one or a differential one. Here is where the principle of the company relies on. So if it is incremental, only the changes based on the previous date of backup that you're going to take. Where differential, the same, it is only changes that you're tracking, but one thing is the previous data also to be taken. It is based on the full backup taken, and all those changes that has happened after the full backup will also be tracked for differentials. So this is the difference between an incremental as well as a differential. And obviously there is something called as additional full backup or a synthetic full that you can talk. So regarding that, either you need an additional full backup, how we are going to use it, all these will fall under this type of backup. And the backup speed, though you're taking an image level backup, how quickly you can back up your data. So what is the RPO that should be maintained? So if you have a lesser RPO, I'm sure that you can have things to be restored within a couple of seconds or minutes or even hours. Between only a few, even if you're affected by a disaster, a few amount of time will be spent to restore your complete data. So these two things, the backup speed as well as the recovery time that is going to take to recover the data and access the data, which we call it as RPO and RTO. So both should be minimal so that you can have your backup solution with an most efficient manner. And then the recovery options, what all the types of backup recovery in this so in the recovery options, there are things like what all the options of data recovery that is needed. For example, in this scenario, you must have multiple options for data recovery. So it is not one or two, it should be multiple options where you can restore your data instantly. There are also options like you can have your data at a granular level of restore, and those options should always be there for you whenever you go for an image level backup. Mainly for Windows servers and workstation, that will be more effective. And the storage medium. So where will the data be stored? Either on a local on-premise or on a cloud, that is up to you to decide. If you're going to store it on a local premise, how is the compression ratio, the encryption option, all those things will come in the storage medium too. And then the reliability is about the encryption. So how reliable is my software? So backup and recovery ecosystem, so that I have my backed up data completely defined, so that whenever I try to restore, I completely get the complete integrity of the data. So this is what the reliability of the backup solution which talks about. How simple, and the next one is the simplicity of the solution. So if you're going to use a backup solution, and if it is going to be and it is more going to be very hard and only a trained person can operate it, then obviously there is a separate team or a solution or a complete personnel which is required to operate that backup solution. So if you're buying a backup software, so if you're going to deploy a separate personnel with completely trained, then it is going to be different. So the training process and all those awareness process are completely, that takes a lot of time. And this is somewhat related to cost efficiency too. Though you are mostly like a backup solution, when you're affording it much at a lower cost or on a higher cost, obviously there will be most of the cost breakups that comes up. So if your though your backup solution is the affordable one, and if you need, it is more complicated, that is not simplicity, that is more complicated, then you need a trained person to operate it. The amount of cost that you're going to put on that personnel for this training, and that makes the cost efficiency to go down. So always you should choose for a simple backup solution that even a person without an IT knowledge is able to operate it, or else, yeah, that is how it should be, or else you should have even the cost efficiency. So it should be at a low of cost, on a maximum rate, on a nominal rate, so that the person like small and medium industries or the mid-range businesses are able to afford for it. Because always a backup and disaster recovery is a solution or a software solution that is an essential one in this today's need of an IT environment. So obviously everyone should be able to afford for it, and though being a basic entity, then it should be like more affordable and more simple for the environments like small and medium businesses. So these are the main considerations while you're taking a backup for your Windows servers or workstation is going to be. And with this related, there are 5 basic questions that you have to ask when you're choosing a backup software. So though if the backup software is going to give you all these features for your Windows backup of your Windows system, you also should have how it is going to protect you, the backup solution, how far the backup solution can expand itself, and how it can be so flexible for you to work on it. So these are the 5 major questions that you have to ask for a backup solution. So before I was discussing about the basic considerations that you should have for backing up a Windows servers or a workstation. When I'm talking about the questions that you ask for, should be only for a backup solution which you're going to choose. So there are 5 major questions which you should ask. This will always get in compliance with the previous slide which I told you. So the first one is, does your backup solution allow you to select the best backup method? So as I told you, so which method are you going for? Are you going to take an image level backup? The type of backup that you're going to take is going to be an image level backup or a file and folder level backup for your Windows environment, or else is it like, are you going to go for an incremental base, or you're going to take an additional full backup or a full backup at a periodical base of interval? So these things should be made available or viable for a person to operate. So only when a person can choose on it, so he becomes the command, so he can choose on it and he can go for that backup solution. Customer friendly or a client friendly than being more rigid towards the person getting in tandem with the backup solution. So that is why we have put things in before. So that is the main point and the first point too. And the second point is the backup solution. Does it allow you to create an automated backups and offer flexibility in setting the RPO? So when I say about RPO, that is the minimum time that is offered to you to schedule a backup. So this is very important. So is it an automated process, or if it is going to be an more of a manual process, then obviously the need of a backup solution goes down there. So when you try to offer a backup solution, it should be for an automated process, and the flexibility, as I said in the first point, the flexibility in setting your own scheduled time period should be given to you, and that provides you with a more flexibility to choose which product you can go for. And then the third question that you're going to ask is the backup solution. Does that allow you to perform instant and flexible restore to meet your business SLAs? So, like for example, in this case, I would just to try to elaborate. Though you have a backup solution, and does it make you to meet your business requirement? If your business is slanting towards the backup solution requirement, I don't think so that is going to be a good solution for you. But instead, if that backup solution is able to meet your SLAs, that is your basic needs, then obviously that becomes a topmost priority for your for choosing a backup solution. And then the amount of time that it takes, the RTO, which I actually preferred to say before. So it is like the time that you can take to instantly restore the data. So that is what your whole business is revolving. So though you have taken a backup, then how you're going to restore it, how fast you can restore the data, that is more important. So that is where your business SLAs could meet up, and that will keep you in tandem with the business continuity process without losing your business at even the times of disaster. So this is what the solution. This is how you have to ask before choosing a backup solution. After that, the fourth point is, does the backup solution allow you to efficiently manage your backup data? So are you able to manage the data? If you choose like this data is not required for a moment, so I can just leave this, I can slot this down in my priority table, I can choose another one which is more critical than the data which is previously taken. So this is how you can you should have an option to juggle with your priority table for which one to be backed up initially. So does that flexibility choose? So this is the fourth question that you should ask for yourself. And the fifth question is, does the backup solution helps you to implement the industrial best 3-to-1 backup rule? That is like you have 3 copies of data stored in 2 mediums and 1 in cloud. So does this give you an option so that even at disaster, you still have a copy of your backup data in the 3 other locations? Does any backup solution give you this prominent feature? So whichever solution giving you all these 5 or satisfy all these 5 points is the best backup solution that suits your environment. That is how you're going to choose your backup solution. So when you choose a backup solution with these permanent environments, obviously you'll be able to compromise. That is like you'll be able to work things with the basic considerations that are that is required for a backup of your Windows environment. That is Microsoft Windows environment. Either can be a server or workstation. So these are the main things we should have, or the best practices that should be able to tackle the situation in backing up your Windows environment. And then now, when I've just explained you the general scenario, now coming into the point, the main point where the Wembu BDR suite is concerned. So does this Wembu BDR suite helps to meet all those 5 requirements that I've told you previously, the 5 questions? Does this help you in that? So when I'm talking about that, obviously this I'll also make sure that I introduce Wembu in related to how it satisfies the considerations for backing up your Windows environment. So now when talking about Wembu, I have to pull things in the key functionalities to explain you the scenario, the best scenario. Yes, the first point is the key functionality is of Wembu is like RPO and RTO for image-based backup. Though we are offering a backup for Windows environment at an image level, so either it could be a Windows server or a workstation of yours. So when you offer a backup for your environment at an image level, we provide you with an RPO and RTO with every 15 minutes. That is, with RPO, for example, you can take a backup at every 15 minutes of interval. That can lead up to 1 hour basis, that is 1 hour, 2 hour of intervals, or you can run your backup at a daily basis or on a weekly basis too. So this is for the incremental type of backup. So always you will have a backup followed by the changes. So we have our own CPT driver. So we call it as change block tracking technology. That driver, we have that driver of Wembu that tracks only the changes at the block level, and we take only those changes and name it as incrementals or in a proper order. So that is what the RPO is going to talk about. So if you're going to schedule it for every 15 minutes, you can schedule it from every 15 minutes or on a basic hourly basis or on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. That is up to you to decide. When I say about RTO, we try to, though you have taken and backup at every 15 minutes, we try to achieve to restore the backup at a less than 15 minutes of time interval. So there are some options in our restore recovery session where you can find the instant boot VM recovery, which will readily boot your backed up data as a ready state virtual machine within seconds or minutes. Even though you have taken a physical machine backup or a backup of your virtual machine, whatsoever it is, you'll readily have an instant boot of your data as a virtual machine. Either you can boot that in a VMware or in a Hyper-V environment. And then there is an option called disk mount option. The backed up data as disk can be mounted on a Windows on a the BDR server, the BDR backup server machine, so that you can do all your read and write process. That is also an instant process. Then comes your granular recovery of files and folders. So if you are in need of a particular file or folder, you don't, though you have taken a complete image level backup, you don't have to restore the complete image each and every time. It is only the particular files and folders you can categorize it and you can take a backup of. So this is what I called it as with RTO, we try to achieve less than 15 minutes of intervals. So this is what is main with Wembu. So this is the main key point of Wembu. And then the efficient storage management. This is like how efficiently you can manage your storage repositories with Wembu. So we have our own patented file system called Wembu Hive, where we this helps to pull in multiple. For example, you can even pull in your storage volumes of network based one, and even your local storage volumes. You can pull in together to create one backup repository, and we have our own file system so that all your data will be stored in our own file format. So this repositories or which you have created by pulling in multiple storage volumes can be extended at any point of time. So if you want to add one to that repository, you can add a storage volume at any point of time. Okay, so that is how we manage things with an efficient storage management option. And then there is a support for native tape backup. So to archive your data for a longer period of time, we support things with the native tape drive. So this is where your 3-2-1 strategy comes up. So you can also have a copy of your data stored in your native tape drive, which we support from LTO generation 3 and above, with and basically it is an auto-loaded drive that we support. So when you archive your data, that is, for example, if you are going to archive your full backups for longer period of time, you can restore it at any point. So this is a best method, which was even faced by Google when they were hit by a disaster. They use this method. They use the tape drives to restore all their data, to bring back their business continuity. And then offsite copy and or disaster recovery, which I've already told you, like a secondary copy of your data from the BDS server can be replicated to an offsite location. This offsite location can either be a remote office or a branch office, where you have to install a server of Wimbu offsite DR over there. Or if you want to store it in cloud, then you can just have things stored in Wimbu cloud, which resides in AWS, a secondary copy of your data. Even if your production site goes down, you can boot up all your data from your offsite location. So this is also one of the important key feature that is needed. And then you have about the compression. So we have an inbuilt compression and inline deduplication that helps to reduce the storage space. This is completely with an ability to scale whenever it is needed. So for image level backup, you can achieve a ratio of about 40 to 50%, whereas if it is going to be a file level backup, you can achieve a range of around 60 to 70%. So that is how the compression is all about. So when I talk about encryption, we encrypt all your data. So with AES 256-bit algorithm, encryption algorithm, so your data is always secure. And you can even provide a password for your data. That is a secondary layer of authentication. So without that password, no one can restore the backup job, the data that you have backed up, or no one can edit or delete your backup job. So that is what the encryption here helps you with. And moreover, this helps you. This encryption is both done both at the fly as well as at the rest in the sense in the storage end. So it is completely a package of encryption. So the data leak is nil at our point. And then when I'm talking about reporting session, so reports are very important for any bigger firm to a smaller firm. So that is the one which help you to comply with the international standards. So obviously Wimbu helps you to comply with the international standards by providing you with a proper reporting session. So where you have the reports of backup status, the VM status, as well as you can check on the health of your image level backup that you have taken. That is the integrity check that we do, and then the VM recovery report. So all these reports with complete details will give you a complete understanding of what the backend is doing to you. And then we have the verification. So as I told you, the integrity check is done by automated 3-tiered backup verification. So this is generally for the scenario while you take a backup. For example, if you're taking a backup of your Windows machine, so how do you confirm that you have taken a proper backup and your data is completely of complete integrity? For that, we have an automated system. This will apply at every 24 hours of interval. So once your data is stored in your storage, the backup data, once it gets stored in your storage, we have it in chunks. We store data in chunks. So that chunks will be booted. First it will be mounted on a virtual machine, and then it will be booted immediately, and the booted screen will be taken a screenshot and stored in your report section. So that is why you can, while clicking on the the integrity check report, you can check on the status of the data. So if it is booted, then the boot screen will be appeared. If not, then there you happen to see a black screen that shows that the data is not booted. So there you can check on the integrity of the data too. So this is an automatic process before you can recover any virtual machine or a data. So these are the key functionalities of Vim. Now the overview, which I'm going to talk about the Wimbu backup for Microsoft Windows, a particular section in the whole Wimbu BDS suite. So this I'm going to give an overview on that. So basically, this Wembu backup for Microsoft Windows, either it could be a server, Windows server, or a workstation. We provide you with a comprehensive and an affordable backup solution for your Microsoft Windows machine. So with which we have some options like we'll take a complete disk image level backup for both your Windows servers and workstation. Either it could be a dynamic disk or a static, and even if it is a GPT or MBT partition, we don't have any problem with that. You can take the complete disk. So you can, in this case, here is a flexibility that we provide. You can back up the entire machine. Since it is an disk image based backup, you can back up the entire machine or only a particular disk or volume for your to be more precise in this case. So this is how we give you an flexibility. And then we do support some bare metal recovery option where and you also have an instant boot VM recovery. So here, if you're taking a backup of your physical Windows server or a workstation, then even that can be booted as a virtual and on a virtual machine as a virtual machine. It can be booted as a virtual machine on a virtual environment. So here we provide you with instant boot VM recovery option. And then we also provide instant file and application item level recovery option. That is for, as I told you, to lessen the minimum time limit to restore your data. And then you have automatic backup verification. That is what I explained you with the data integrity check, the 3-tier automated check which I have told you. This is the automatic backup verification we have. And then centralized UI, where you can manage all, configure, manage, and restore all your backup data from one single console, and that is also a web-based console. And then you have the offsite copy. So if you want, you can store it on your store your backup data on a remote server or on a tape backup or on cloud. So obviously that makes you to satisfy the 3-2-1 backup strategy. So this is a complete overview of my Windows backup by Wembu, which is offered by Wembu. This is the infra architecture. So here are my Windows desktop, as well as my that is Windows server, as well as my Windows workstation, which is also a desktop. So you can back this up using by the backup from the PDF backup server. Here you have the storage attached to the PDF backup server, and you can even archive the data with the tape drive attached to that. And if you want a secondary copy, that is to save yourself from a disaster recovery, then you can send it through WAN or LAN or WAN. Either you can go choose offsite copy in Wembu cloud instance, or you can even have it stored in your secondary site. That basically a remote office or a branch office. If you have, you can just install this Wembu offsite DR server, and you can have a secondary copy of your data stored there. So here you can archive this data also so you have a tape drive also over there. And moreover, the recovery options, since we provide multiple recovery options, you can have the same recovery options both at the PDF backup server end as well as the offsite server end. So this is your primary site and this is your secondary site. So either of the two can be your secondary site. And if your primary site goes down completely, you can boot things up from your secondary site itself. So this is what the complete workflow of the complete infrastructure or architecture of the Wembu backup for Microsoft Windows. So this is how the setup goes. So now we'll see about the live demo. And people, if you have any questions, do post your questions in the Q&A session over there. If we have time at the end of the session, we can discuss about that at the end of the session, or else we'll be having things we'll be dropping you a mail with all the questions that you have asked. Okay, so now we'll be moving to the live demo session. So just hold on for a minute before I take the screen of mine. After this live demo, we can come back to the report session. So this is my Wembupedia web console. So you can download our product from our website. So once you log into Wembu.com, you'll have a red mark download session over there. So with the red mark at the right hand side, so you can click on that to restore your you can download the backup software from there. So this is my web console of my demo machine. So I log in with the username and password with this admin and admin, which is a default one. So initially when I log in, so you'll have an unique VDI ID that you have to give, and then you have to configure your backup repository, that is your storage space that you have to give it on. So now I've already configured stuffs, but still for backing up your Windows environment, that is either your Windows server or a workstation that resides on a physical environment or on a virtual environment, I'll just show you how things work here. So you can once all things are done, after setting up your backup repository, you can just go to the backup section. Here you can click on configure backups option. In that, on down you have Microsoft Windows backup. So when you click on it, obviously you'll be landing up in this session page. So here's where you land up. I've already added the details, but still here you have to give your IP address, then you have to set up your credentials where you have to give the username and password, and most probably you have to provide the things with administrator privilege. So you should have an credentials with administrator privilege, and when you add the host will be added here. So for example, this 127 machine is my Windows server machine. Okay, so from here it will be landed down in the list of added Windows servers or workstations section. From here you can configure all your backups. If you're going to configure things for your workstation, or if you're configuring your backup for a machine that has no proper administrator privilege, then for example I'll just show you adding a machine to you. So yes. So in that case, for workstation or any other resource, when I try to add the machine, that is when I try to add the machine or a host, what happens is I'll get a pop-up where I have to download a certain agent manually and install that on that preferred server. If in case of Windows server with administrative privilege, then no problem. You'll be the Wembu BDR will be directly pushing, the backup server will directly be pushing you an agent that we call it as Wembu integration service. So here is the thing. So this scenario happens only when you don't have a native administrator privilege, or if your Windows machine is of desktop OS, that is your workstation, or if you have a remote installation that is not supported in your Windows OS, then you have to download and install this Wembu integration service manually in that machine. That is a machine that you are trying to take a backup. Okay, once you download it, either it could be a 32-bit or a 64-bit, you can download that and install it over there. Once done, you have a scan option there. You will get a scan option. So once you click on the scan option, that machine will get connected with this BDR backup server. You'll have a sync option too, so you can click on that, so it gets connected, and the configuration of the backup is all going to be similar. So this is only when either of these three scenarios is not satisfied. Okay, so you'll get this pop-up. If not, you'll normally get this BIS to be pushed from the BDR backup server itself. So here is the one of it. So when I click on configure backup, it will list down all the disks. As I told you, this is a disk image level backup, so it will list down all the disks in that machine. So obviously I need a C disk because this is more convenient for my BMR process and all those stuffs. I need the C disk, and even for your instant boot recovery, it is better that you take your C drive along with your boot information. And if I need any other drive apart from that, I can choose that too for my purpose. So once done, and I move to next, here is my host processing session where I can, if I'm running any applications in my server, Windows server, then obviously I should have enabled this option, so that this helps me to take make the consistent snap of my complete machine, so that there is no overlap in my applications when I take a snapshot. And also you have an inbuilt log truncation option to obviously reduce the spaces. So, and also you also have some file system that to be excluded, that is basically of system files like pagefile.sys or iberfile.sys like temp files. So these files can be excluded. This will help you to save your space, and all this session is completely of an optional option. So if you want, you can enable, or else you can continue still with the rest. And here is the scheduling part, which I was telling you about the RPO. So from here I can schedule flexibly schedule my settings. So I can either run my backup at every 15 minutes of interval, or on a hourly basis, or I can run it on a daily basis or on a weekly basis too. So it is up to me to decide what I'm going to choose for. So yeah, I can even choose on which days I need to run this backup. So according to the design, what is the scenario is the initial backup will be a full backup. After that, only your changes will be tracked using your CVG driver. So the change block tracking driver of Wimbu will track only the changes at the block level, and those changes will be marked as incremental. So obviously this is an incremental level of backup. So we backup only the changes that has happened based on the previous backup that you have made. So that is how your incremental chain goes, and this is how the backup chain also goes. Apart from the initial full backup, if you need any additional full backup, then you can enable this point of additional full backup, where you can choose to take additional full backup on a daily basis, weekly basis, or on a monthly basis also. So it is up to you to decide. So this additional full backup will get in tandem with the basic backup chain that you have configured. So it will get over there, and you can also limit the number of full backups that you want to take, that you are going to take. For example, if you're going to take things on a weekly basis, then you can on Wednesday, for example. So this is going to be an automated process for years and years. For every 15 minutes there will be a backup and every week you'll be having an additional full backup running. So you can limit the number of full backups to be stored in your storage repository, by choosing any one of the full backup number. So for example, you have an option from 1 to 99. So it is up to you to decide which one to be chosen. The number of backups to be stored in your, that is full backup to be stored in your retained or stored in your backup repository. And this additional full backup is an optional option. If you want, you can enable this additional full backup session. And our next is your basic retention. So as I said, so when I'm trying to take up, let me keep it in this way. For example, if I'm trying to take a backup on a daily basis, and what happens is, so for example, I haven't set any backup on a year for a time of a year. So throughout the year, even a year after year, you'll have the backups on a daily basis happening. So 365 days comes, and then another 365 days adds, and then you have another 365 days added up, unless you stop the backup job, you'll have the continuous data to flow in, continuous backup data to flow in, and it'll fill up your storage repository. So in that case, to cut short or retain only a required number of storage, you need this backup retention option. So when you enable this option, we have two options where you can either go for a basic retention type or to an advanced retention type. If it is going to be basic retention, you can control the number of versions of the restore points that is the incremental backup restore points that you can store in your backup repositories. That falls from 1 to 999 versions. That is totally dependent on the repository that is your storage space that you want to have. So for example, if I'm going to choose only 10 restore points, so throughout the year or even year after that, I'll be having only the 10 latest restore points in my recovery session. And if I'm going for advanced one, where I can perform a weekly merge, for that is like, for example, if I'm going to take a backup on this particular day, and that is on next week Tuesday, all the backup, that is the 7 days of backup in between, will be merged into one single recovery point when I start off with the next week. And this is the same which you can do for the monthly date also. So for example, if I'm configuring a backup for this month of July, on August, that is on start of the August, what happens is all the 30 days of back data will be merged into one single recovery point with the latest timestamp, that is the latest July timestamp, and then followed that will happen only at the next start of the month, that is August, by this presence or not. Okay, so in this you can choose any one of this option. So and next is a backup repository. So for this particular backup job, I can choose on which repository it should go and deposit. So either it could be on a repository 1 or a repository 2, or if I want to create another repository, I can just click on add backup repository option, where I can add new repositories here, and I can make sure that this particular backup job goes and reside over there. And then, as I told you, the data encryption, you can enable this option. So obviously the data is always backed up with AES 256 encryption. So it is encrypted using that encryption built algorithm. So to add a secondary layer of authentication, you can just click on add encryption password. So when you give an encryption password with a proper encryption hint, without that password, you can't restore the backup data, or you can't even edit or delete the backup job. Okay, so it is main that you should remember the password. And on next, you have the review session. So what all the configurations that you have made, you can, it is all summarized in this page. So you can review the complete session. You can give a backup job name, and if you want, you can run this backup immediately by selecting this checkbox. Once done, you can click on save backup, so the backup job gets saved. Okay, so this is how you configure your backup job for your Windows environment, either that is your Windows Server or your Windows workstation. Okay, so now once the backup is done, now we'll be moving to the recovery session. So in Wembu, the recovery section is differentiated with the backup job name and also type. So this is my plugin type for my Microsoft Windows image backup. So if I'm going to click on the restore, I can just click on the restore section, where it will give me the multiple recovery options. So one, when I choose an instant boot VM recovery, so this helps me to boot, that is to instantly boot the image of the data that I have taken. So I can instantly boot the data as a ready state virtual machine for my production use. Either that, I'll just show you in this case. For example, if I'm going to choose one restore type, and then I'm going to choose this particularly, and the next, what happens is I can select a target hypervisor. Either that can be a VMware hypervisor or a Hyper-V hypervisor. So I can choose any one of these, and I can boot the data as an immediate virtual machine. So even though I have taken a physical machine backup, I can boot it as a virtual machine. So here you can see the platform conversion from a physical to virtual. That is why we mentioned this P2V. So here you can see that option. So for this instant boot VM to be enabled, you should take a C drive with the boot information as for the backup. And then you have disk or partition recovery. Here you can restore the backed up disk image to a targeted drive that can either be on a disk or partition level. So the data that you have taken as a backup, the disk of that machine can be restored to a targeted hard drive. Okay, so that is one type of restore option. So the complete disk will be attached over there. And then you have file level recovery. This is also an instant level of recovery option, where instead of restoring the complete image of the backup that you have taken, you can restore only particular files or folders from the backup that you have configured. And then you have an option for disk mount, where it will automatically mount the disk of your backed up data, any particular disk of your backup data in your media backup server, that is on the backup server, using the disk management service. So obviously you should have a Windows machine, if you have installed this Wembu BDS server, you have this feature enabled, so you can mount the backed up disk on as a VHD using the disk management service on your BDR backup server. So this helps you to instantly view things on the BDR backup server too. Okay, you can read or write all the data from the disk. So, and then you have download disk option. So in this download disk option, what happens is that this is a we can say it as a cross-platform migration that you can do. So you have taken a backup of your Windows machine. Obviously, it will be in VHD format. So when you back up the data, you can restore this the data in multiple formats. For example, I'll just show you the detail. So I'm going to choose one of my recovery point, that is my restore point. I'm choosing the complete disk, and when I'm trying to restore, I can select whichever format I can restore in. That is any virtual format in this case. So it can be a VHD or a VHDX, where I can boot things on a Hyper-V environment, or I can download it as a VMDK or a flat VMDK, where I can boot it as a virtual machine on a VMware environment, that is on any ESXi host, or I can download it as a raw image where I can use it for my KVM, to boot my KVM. So these are the multiple virtual formats that you can download the disk on a target location. Yes. So yes, and at the last you have application item level recovery. So Wembu uses its free tool called Wembu Universal Explorer to restore only particular items. Here in the case, like if you are running any Microsoft Exchange, SharePoint or SQL or Active Directory, though you have taken a complete image level backup of your Windows server or whatsoever where this application is running, you can restore only this application, similarly like your file level recovery. So this helps to restore the data completely in your environment. So you can follow the steps as mentioned. So this BDR setup will come the latest setup of Wembu BDR with 4.2 update 1 version. So you have this package packed totally in your installer. So you can just follow the steps to do that process. Okay. Yes. So this is where your recovery of the data is all done. And now to have a secondary copy of your data, that is the backup data, to have a secondary copy, you can just go to the infrastructure tab and click on offsite copy or DR. So when you click on it, you can just enable this option. So for this, before that, you have to register your Wembu BDS server with Wembu portal. That you can do it by clicking on the management and click on license. You have to sign up for the Wembu portal. So once done, you can choose what type of DR option that you're going for. If you're going for a offsite server, then you can download the Wembu BDS DR server in your environment, install it on your remote office or a branch office, and once you give the IP address of that remote, that is your BDR server, your offsite DR server installed on your machine, then you can add that IP address of that here. You can test the connection. The BDS, once done, the BDR server will get in tandem with the offsite DR server. So the connection will be established, and you will have all the backed up data to be replicated to your offsite location. Okay, this is on-prem location. And if you want to store things in Wembu Cloud, you can just enable this Wembu Cloud option so that you can store the data, that is, you can replicate the data directly to Wembu Cloud. So this Wembu Cloud resides in AWS, and we will charge you based on the storage that you have used. Okay, so yeah, this is how you store the secondary copy of your data in another location. Yes, so yeah, so this was the session. And in your report section, so you can check on the backup job level report. So as I told you, we help you to comply with the international standards. So the reports will give you all the purposes for your, even you can download it as a CSV format for your local audit purpose, or you can send things as an email notification. If you are a service provider, you can set things up for an email notification where it will notify you on all the success rate and failure rates of all the backup jobs that has been configured. So for example, here I can check on all the I can see all the backup jobs, but for me, once I consider only the Windows disk image backup, it is an image level backup. So I can see the status here. Yeah, I can see both the disk image level status here. So here is the compression size rate. So the original data size is 21.68 GB of data, which is compressed to a size of 12.98 GB. So if I have missed any backup job, it will be shown here, and it will also show you the last success time period, that is a month ago or whatsoever. So it will be shown here, and even it will show you the disk size reduction. That is, the size reduction will be shown here. But since you can see that over here. I've marked it over here. So it is this size reduction which is made. So we have achieved up to 70.29%. And you can also check on the type of schedule that is gone for. So it is an incremental schedule, and the next schedule time period will also be shown here. Okay. So the remarks session will give you the statement, and we also have the error details here. You can also see this. So why this error has happened. So if you want to check more on that, you can just click on historical report, where this will give you all the details regarding the historical data. Okay, the complete history of the backups data will be shown over here. Yes. So this is how you have your reports for your backup job level. And the VM level report is also shown. That is mainly for when you take a backup for your virtual machines. And the data integrity, when I talk about data integrity, basically, like for example, as I told you, I've taken a disk image level backup. So it is an automatic process. That is where you will have the mount test. After that, you have the boot test, and the boot screen will be tracked. So you can check on this. So for this particular backup job, the machine has automatically taken a snap of my boot screen. So this is my boot screen. So it has taken the boot screen status. So, and it also shows that it is a success process. So the data is with complete integrity. So it is easy for me to recover at any point of time. So this is obviously a more needed option. So this is basically for the backup drills, if you're going to configure or organize in your environment, so that you can check on all the backup, the integrity status of all your backup data that you have configured. So this is what the Wembupedia for Wembupedia suite and the configuration of Microsoft Windows backup is all about. Okay. So now, for example, if you have a distributed environment of Windows machine, or if you are having a Windows machine as a virtual machine running on some Citrix or Citrix Zen server on whatsoever, you can just download the when you click on the download client agent, you have this option. So you can use this Wembu client for Windows image backup. This is generally for distributed scenarios. So you can download it and install the client on the machine that you are trying to take a backup. So then you can configure your Windows image backup, and all those installation guide and user guide is all with this same client agent in this page, in this web page. And that is all, as I told you, the BMR, that is a bare metal restore. So Wembu provides you with a free tool called Wembu Recovery CD. So you can also perform your restore option with this. So obviously, when you run this BMR installer, it will create a Wembu Recovery CD ISO image. So the particular backup job, if you're going to do it for a BMR for a particular backup job, then you have to take a backup job of that particular machine. That is the machine that you want to perform BMR for. So it will convert things in an ISO format. That ISO format will be booted on the new bare metal that you have configured. And make sure your bare metal should be of a similar hard drive, because we support only similar hard drive, and we are not yet supporting the dissimilar hardware for bare metal recovery. So this is what this is at the end of my session for live demo. So now we can jump back to the now I can jump back to this slides. So obviously I'm trying to explain you about this the year 2020. What do I have in my roadmap? What Wembu PDR suite is going to be enriched with? So that is what I'm going to see. So just give me a minute. Roadmap for 2020 is like for the physical machine backup, that we are trying to bring in the disk image backup support for even your Linux machines. So Linux disk image backup support is already in our roadmap, and this will be available by the end of the year 2020. And we are also trying to do the parallel disk processing to bring up the improved performance, so that you can parallelly have two disks to be backed up at a particular within a particular period of time. And then the recovery session, we are going to try to bring the live recovery of your image-based backup that can either be your virtual machines or physical machine to AWS or Azure, so you can directly restore your data. That is, a live recovery of your data can be done both in your AWS or Azure environment. And then we have instant boot option for both your physical machines. That is where you can, even after initially booting up your data, though it is a temporary option, you can finalize that option so that you have your data as a virtual machine itself. So if you take a physical machine backup of your Windows environment, you can finalize that to be your as a virtual machine itself if you do perform an instant boot recovery. So apart from that, these are roadmaps that we have, so you can check that in our website too. We have posted things in our website. So and also we are trying to bring things up with where it left off option. So when there is a transfer of data between a client and a server, and it gets to break because of some power cut or whatsoever, so then wherever the backup has been left off, from there it will try to continue to take the backup. That is how that is what it has been in our roadmap, and it is already in the testing phase. Hope soon we'll be releasing that feature, most probably by the December end, by the end of the year 2020. And then we also have synthetic full backup option that will be coming up by this end of the year. And there is an option to store your backup data. That is, the second copy of your backup data can be stored either on a NAS or SAN drive. So that is on your local premise itself. It is not a secondary backup, it is the second backup. For example, you will be storing it in a primary storage device, where you can have a copy of that data in a second device, that is a NAS device, in your own production environment itself. And for secondary backup copy, that can be stored in AWS S3, Azure Blob, or S3 compatible storage devices too. That will also be available by the end of the year. And advanced backup retentions, that includes the grandfather, father, son methodology, is also coming up. Apart from that, we have many other features in our roadmap. So we are trying to bring this all up by the end of the year. So please stay tuned with Wembu, and thank you for staying tuned so far. So actually, if you have any doubts, you can just download a product. We have 30 days of free trial. You can just download it from our website. At the right end corner, you could see a download icon. So you can download that from our website. You can install the product and start using it. So you have all the guidelines. You have all the guidelines to install the PDR backup server. And then if you have any queries related to sales, you can mail us to wembu-sales@wembu.com. Or if you have any support related queries during your evaluation, you can just contact us at wembu-support@wembu.com. So thank you for staying connected so far, people. We have come to the end of the session. Thank you so much, and stay tuned with Wembu. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, people. I have showed you the screen here. So if you have any email related to sales, then you can drop us a mail at wembu-sales@wembu.com, or you can drop us if you have any support related queries related to Wimbu PTI evaluation, then you can sort it out to wimbu-support@wimbu.com. So thank you for joining the session today. Thank you so much.